Hey y'all, we're here with your boy.
It's your boy Carduce, man. You know what it is. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get it.
What do you think that is going on with the parenting world today?
Ooh, that's a good question. In the parenting world today, I think the saying I'm a product of my environment is what's going on. Your parents is a product of their parents. And they a product of their parents. And they a product of their parents. So it's been a slow walk to this point that we at where some may say parenting is just out of hand. Some may say children just ain't getting parented right. I'm not here to judge. Uh, it's not necessarily nobody's direct products of our own parents, if you would. But I will say this: it's a lot of people not unlearning and relearning and not understanding. Shout out to Derek Grace, you hear me? Not understanding. I use that term a lot now. Not understanding that you're not done learning when you get an adult. You gotta teach yourself new skills on how to be a good parent. Just because you saw your mama do it and your daddy do it, that don't mean that's how you supposed to do it. That don't mean that's gonna work for your child. That don't mean it's the best way to do it. So I think when it comes to parenting, it's a lot of just black and white. Everybody trying to do it the same. There's not a lot of people talking about parenting just in general anymore in today's time. Um, it almost feels like to me when I hear certain things about the youth, a lot of people are and have given up on our youth. Um, that ain't how it's supposed to be. So there's a lot of that going on for sure.
There are a lot of young kids, young teenagers acting out of control. Do you think that the parents play a big part in it?
Um, the parents play much as a part in it as other things because you as a person are a product of your experiences and the things you've been through. When you say out of control, you gotta revisit what it is to control something because if you go through the different ages of parenting, that meant something completely different. You feel what I'm saying? And um, I don't necessarily think a child can be out of control and act out of control. I think it's the parents' job to figure out the mentality of their child and where their head is and try to lead them in the mindset to where they need to be. I don't think it's the child's job to figure out the opposite way around. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think these kids is out of control. I think that we so busy doing this and doing that, we ain't thinking about where a child's mindset is. You know what I'm saying? Because children don't think like we do. You know, their brains haven't fully been able to grasp and perceive everything at one time to get a good whole idea of what life is and what's happening.
Okay, as far as bullying, because there's a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers who bully people, will bully other teenagers or even little kids do it now.
Right.
Um, and they say that not the crime rate, the suicidal rate is high for people who are being bullied. How do you think that the parents play a part in that, or if you don't feel like they don't at all?
Of course they do. You can't. One thing I hate is when a parent think they ain't play a part of their child getting to where they are. You did. Whether you realize it or not, you might have did the exact wrong thing. Like, you know how some parents be like, I gave you everything, and you still gonna turn out to be. Maybe you shouldn't have gave them everything. You can't give every person everything because some people gonna take it and be ungrateful, and some people gonna take it and be grateful. That goes to what I was just saying. You gotta understand what the mindset of your child is at. Same thing with this bullying. Why you can't grab your kid from jump day one, since you had them, you supposed to be feeding your kid. This is your value. This is your worth. You supposed to be feeding them things that can prevent such things. Like, hold on, y'all. Don't even stop the video. Y'all see me in the video. I'm fighting wasps. It's like 100 wasps over here. I've been smacking shit all day. Anyway, let's get on this parenting shit. I can only think of my children. Like, my children, I hate to see my child think about or think that they need to take their life because they being bullied. But the part I know that I have to play in that is, before you even go through your first bully experiences, you gonna know exactly who you are and what you are. Because daddy gonna teach you that. You feel me? And I was just falling from the ceiling. I swear to God. Daddy gonna teach you that. So when you go have that experience, you gonna hear what the bully's saying, but daddy done told you all your life you a queen, you a king. You royalty. You see what I'm saying? So you gonna know how to handle that situation. And I think a lot of parents are not telling their children and teaching their children good values and mindsets, so that they can think about themselves in the right way and know how to handle an opposing bully or an opposing situation. See what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, next question. Do you feel like a lot of kids are doing their own thing now possibly because of poor parenting?
Hell yeah. But you got to. And I'm not gonna call it poor parenting. Parents need to understand this. We all know we do the best we can. Some of us, right? A lot of what we call the best we can would be considered to others or some people poor parenting. Like, hold that thought, bro. Hold that thought. I'm sorry. I just can't. I gotta smack something. Like, alright. Your child is supposed to go do his own thing. Even if your parenting was perfect. Look, if you had perfect parenting and you raised your child to be exactly how you wanted them to be, and in your eyes that was good, now guess what you just raised? A person that don't have the discernment to go out and do their own thing. You see what I'm saying? Which, that's good. I did a good job as a parent, but now look what that person has to overcome. Now they have to go out and refine themselves. That's why you got a lot of children that have those good homes and have everything, and that was raised good, ain't never want for nothing. Mama and daddy took care of everything. That's why they go doing all kind of crazy stuff to go find their identity, because you gotta understand, parenting has two parts. There's a time when your child is younger that you gotta think for them, protect them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not capable at that time. But about a certain age, there's a time you gotta let go and say, I understand that my child has now started developing a mind of their own. And I know that I've done everything that I can in my power to influence that in a positive direction. So I'm not worried about letting go. You see what I'm saying? Because I know I taught you what you need to know. And I believe in you. And you believe in you. And I know you're going to make good decisions. But a lot of parents don't understand that your child is supposed to go off on their own and find their own way. But you're supposed to guide them to that and through that.
So we live in a world society where a lot of parents feel like that they don't have to be a parent, but they feel like parents should stop when their child is 18. Do you believe that that's okay? Because I don't, but I don't know like what your opinion is. Like, a lot of parents will try to make you leave at the age 18, or they tend to stop helping you, or they tend to stop being there for you. And it's like, what are your thoughts about that?
Again, I just think parenting is so detailed and tailored and personal. Like, You just literally gotta know your child. Like, some children gonna be independent, and you can take your hands. They gonna want you to take your hands off of them at 18. They not gonna want you to. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, mindset wise, once a parent, always a parent. I don't care how old you is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You came from me. If I can teach you anything at any time to help you get anywhere, I'ma do that. If I can, it ain't like, oh, you 18 now, but I'm done. Like, no, no. You've done the job of getting them from a little child to now, okay, I'm in the world, I can take care of myself. But at 18, you still a baby in certain, you still a baby in the knowledge of how the world works. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's a lot of shit you gotta learn after 18. And I think that's why a lot of young women and men in their 20s in this time and day in society are struggling. You know, you find a lot of 20-year-olds just going through it, like just trying to learn what life is because their parents feel like at 18, that's it, that's all I had to teach it. Like, nah, you don't have to. It's according to law, you can stop teaching, you can stop parenting, and you good. But if you a real parent, you ain't gonna want to do that. If you really feel like I produce this creation and I want this creation to produce successful creations as well, I'm gonna give you all the game I can.
Right. Okay, so in there's a lot of teenagers that are out of control behavior wise, such as there's a lot of teenagers getting caught up with guns. There's a lot of young teenagers, females, getting pregnant, getting caught up. How do you feel about that? How do you think that is their parents' fault? Because you know a lot of parents are like, well, I didn't do anything. I don't know why they're acting like that. But I feel like, in my opinion, that some of the parents brought them up into that environment, to the environment that they are set in to be in sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes.
I feel like people make the modern children and the modern age a parent that ought to be so bad. Like, this shit been going on, bro. Tupac made a song called Brenda Had a Baby. Niggas been having guns and shit like back in the day. It just wasn't as prevalent and shit. But fighting and all that, acting out, this shit been going on. This shit ain't really new. So I just feel like, again, you could say like your environment. Kids are sponges. I think parents have to realize that you can mistakenly raise your kids wrong. Cause kids are just sponges. Like, you can make a decision as a parent to live in the hood, and guess what? You just help produce a product of that environment. You see what I'm saying? I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with living in the hood, but what about for the people that can't get out the hood, not your children in the hood? See what I'm saying? Like, you could try your best to keep, let's be real. If your child live in the hood, you could try your best to keep the hood out your child, but that's their environment. They're gonna pick up something. Feel what I'm saying? They're gonna pick up something. Not even saying that's good or bad. I'm from the hood. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's good or bad. I think at some point in time, a mind needs to understand that the world is one big hood. It's one big ghetto. That shit is, it's just a little different. Like, corporations, just like the streets. You can compare it. It's just suit and ties over here and flags and Dickies and shit like that over there. You know what I'm saying? But the understanding that life in a good place can go bad and life in a bad place can go good is important. Like, you can have everything go right and then boom, everything go wrong, and you did what you feel is nothing wrong based off of how you've been taught and how you've been parented. But that's why instead of trying to teach, for me personally, it ain't about me saying I did a good job as a parent. It's about me knowing that my children walk away with the understanding that's gonna keep them in a good place when they're older. The understanding that's gonna allow them to survive in any environment. The understanding that's gonna allow them to create a proper mindset in any situation to elevate. See what I'm saying? But all the shit that's going on in you, this shit been going on. It just was going on differently. You feel me? Like it's bad, but I feel like it's more bad today because we got more cameras. Everything get recorded. Like, you have no idea the shit that used to go on back in the day. You feel what I'm saying? Cause who can pull it up? Who had a phone? Everybody was trying to be involved in it, do it, enjoy it. That was that era. Now everybody trying to record it and post it. This is that era. So of course it's gonna seem worse, but ain't nothing new under the sun, gang.
Okay. What do you think parents need to do better in today's society?
In today's society, to be a better parent, one thing you could do is we have access to lots of information. Understand you're a parent that only know the knowledge that you was taught by your parent. So to start with, and you gotta go get some more knowledge. It's something you don't know about parenting that you can learn that will put your child in a way better situation. See what I'm saying? I think another thing you could do as a parent is be more vigilant. In this day and age and time, things happen so fast, children move so fast, information come out so fast at a rapid rate. You got children that's knowing how to do this and that and this and that and this, and you like, how the hell you know how to do that? You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta be vigilant, and you gotta connect with your child's mind. That's the other thing. So that they feel comfortable letting you know, hey, I know this now. Or hey, I don't know that. You see what I'm saying? And you can assess exactly where your child is at. And then it's like having you gotta make your own plan for your child. If you a teacher, literally think of yourself as a teacher. You're lesson planning for your child. What does my child need to learn? What does my child need to develop? It's not gonna be the same as his peers. See what I'm saying? So you have to think, educate myself. Stop thinking it's black and white. Realize that my child is an individual and have individual needs that I gotta tailor to and get into, and I gotta connect with him to get into the details about those individual needs, or her about those individual needs. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the top things I think every parent could do to make shit better for their child, for sure. So.
Okay, y'all, we are about to wrap this video up with your boy.
It's your boy Quadus, man. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe button for more parenting tips and things. Plus, you know we spit these bars. Plus, you know we drop that news.